Liverpool 2, Watford 0. You know what? Games back after the international break, not so much about the performance, it's just about the result. And for a little while, we are top of the league. Burnley are not going to do anything against City, let's be honest about it. I think even while I'm doing this review, I think it's 2-0 to Man City already. The only thing I hope is that they keep the goal difference down, which will help us out in the long run. Decent performance. Some key points. Matip played with a bump on his head that was actually bigger than Thiago. The bump itself was bigger than Thiago. I don't know why the game wasn't stopped for a head injury for Matip. They just let him run off with this massive, great cocoa on the front of his head. But that's Matip, innit? I don't even think Matip felt it. Matip wake up in 2 weeks' time and go, oh, what was that? Good performance from him. We got caught out a few times with a high line again. I will say it now. Alisson is the best one-on-one goalkeeper in the world at the minute. Possibly, I might go as far as the best goalkeeper I've seen personally myself, one-on-one. The only one I can think maybe slightly better might be Schmeichel, made himself a little bit bigger. But pulled off a great save against Watford, which then led to counter-attack. Joe Gomez was about to cross it in, and then he morphed into Trent, whipped it in. Diego, the shotter Jota, got there first. I've never seen anybody that small in my life that is that good in the air, apart from Ivan Cordoba. That's the only other person I can think that's that good in the air. Blinding header, tucked it away. For me, the standout point from the game is Thiago is just different gravy. Some of his passes, he's sending cameramen, dummies. He looked that way, played the ball that way, and the camera goes, shh, and then catches back up. Thiago is different gravy. I'm not going to lie. I might have to sit down with the missus and tell her, if Thiago wants to have children with me, I'm settling down, mate. Thiago is an absolute spice on that pitch. Absolute spice. Easily man of the match for me today. Firmino, I thought, had a good game. Jones, a bit wayward. Henderson, just shouted a lot, to be fair today. Henderson just shouted a lot. Good to see Mane come on. Salah needs a goal, but both absolutely knackered. And then Mr. Calm, cool, collected, calm, composed. Fabinho tucked the penalty away. He didn't miss a penalty for Monaco. He missed a penalty. I remember the first penalty he ever took for us in a friendly. He missed that, but his penalty record is unreal. Quality player. When him and Thiago play, we don't lose. Them two are I wouldn't swap them for any other two midfielders as a partnership in world football. Just levels to this. So yeah, not a particularly amazing performance, but we scraped through. We got our 2-0 win. We were or are or might be top of the league. The quad is still on. The quad is still on. We're going to do it, lads. We're going to do it. See this thing here? The quad is still on and we're going to do it. I know Matt's a bit unsure. I know Drift is... don't want to put his neck on the line at all. But Cal, we're going to win it. I've spoke to Serie A and Liga Santander. They've actually said that if we do the quad, they're going to give us a chance to win both of them leagues as well. So I feel like we need to do it. I feel we will do it. Liverpool 2, Watford 0. We're top of the league for a little while. Great result.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy. What am I rocking? Let me talk to me. It's your boy. Liverpool. Yes, we do it again. Big up Kopish. Big up Namandam. Big up Cal, Drifty and Matt. You done know. We keep it popping. We keep it moving. And yeah, what we saying? 2-0. Done the thing, innit? 2-1. Nil point for Watford. Listen, I ain't going to get the negatives out of the way, yeah? I think the game, we weren't great. Hit and miss. We weren't really penetrative through the middle. Our final third weren't great, but at the end of the day, we did what we had to do. We got the win, so I'm happy about that. Basically, it was a good game. We done nothing decent. Bad man header from Jota. My brother, Mr. Joey Gomez, he did his thing, you get me? That was a great cross. And I thought, but personally, it was hit and miss in terms of the game. His attacking play was quite decent, to be fair, but his defending was a little bit not great. I mean, I think in terms of positional wise, he got caught out a little bit, but I mean, again, he's doing right back moves, Trent. So Joey G and Jota as well. He got his goal, but for the rest of his game was frustrating. But again, I'm hard to complain if he plays like that and scores in every game. But now we win the quadruple. Say no more. No, I thought that Klopp said our intensity was quite decent, was quite good of the old, but just the final play and holding the ball and stuff like that. Thiago was sourcing quite a little bit. That little was it? I think it was that through ball. Was it to Jones and he rushed it? But yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean 2-0 we move. Now we've got a big week next week, which won't define a season, but it can go a long way. Benfica, the away game, and then City. Like, we need to stamp authority and just do this. And in terms of Mo, yeah, he didn't have a great game today. He was quite poor too, if I'm honest, snatching, and then Mane as well. A little bit. But you have to be hopefully their battles of the last month and a half hasn't taken it out of both of them, and I hope they can still remain good friends. But we'll see. We move 2-0. We go again. The next week, from next week, will define us really bad. But come on, Liverpool, let's make history. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Big up Kopish. Big up all the viewers. I'm out.
Afternoon, guys, and all the Kopish community. Hope you are well. So, Liverpool 2-0. Victors against Watford. Didn't see the game. And I only got a bit of a snip of how things were when I'd watched your live reaction. So I'd only come in quite late, actually. I saw a bit of it, and what that did, it gave me a bit of an insight into how certain players played, and the gradings were quite important, because obviously what that did, it gave a bit of a flavour as to who we thought was some of the players that stood out in a Watford side that are poor, guys. Let's be honest, the poor side. But as we know, 3 points is 3 points. The concern for me right now is our form. And yes, I understand that we can have conversations around the Salah, the Mane situation in relation to them going off and playing various games and the travelling and all that type of stuff. And I get that. I get it. But the thing for me is we have to have some run of form. When I say run of form, yes, it's nice to win games. And sometimes we're winning games ugly, which is acceptable. But winning games ugly, when you've got teams like your Watfords and teams that are in the lower echelons of the league, for me, that should be the opportunity to play a bit of style. We've got quality in the side. So I don't understand sometimes why our form is quite poor. And I said this last time when we beat Arsenal. If we play like that against Manchester City, sorry guys, we're in trouble. I don't know what Man City played like. I know they won 2-0. I thought I'd do this review after I found out what the Man City game was, because evidently if Man City would have lost or even drawn, they would have seen me with plenty of joy and adulation. But I'm still quite pleased with the fact that we were able to get the 3 points today. So next week, guys, is the crunch time. Shame that Bernie couldn't do us a favour today. Cal, I love when you drop Sean Dash Yardy style, because when you go and talk and you say things like what him name, Bernard Silva, you think that him can shine a Salah boat, him can't do nothing else, and all them want a bit of hard food and thing, because true say them can't deal with them just thing there, because we are run things. We are the pool, the red men, and the march. Yeah, fantastic stuff. It did make me laugh. But guys, listen, have a great weekend. The sun's shining, and next week is going to be the game where could put us in the hot seat. Let's see what happens. Respect everybody. Out.
Big up, lads. Great game of football. No, not really. um, yeah. Overall, a good performance. As usual with the boys. Mo Salah, his first touch and his overall play wasn't the best. He must be feeling the after effects of the entire AFCON and not qualifying for the World Cup and the amount of minutes this lad has played. Yeah, man, he needs a break, guys. It's clearly visible, but at the same time, the dilemma is how do you bench a star player like Mo Salah? But Klopp has to get him off. Klopp got him off. Got Mane on. It's not like Mane did anything better, but yeah, look, you've got a bench as such. Use it. It does not matter if it is Mo Salah or Mane or whoever. If Jota, Bobby, they're not performing, sub them off, get the right players in. We've got a plethora of players now. We've got Origi, we've got Minamino. If they're on the bench, give them time. Everyone needs to contribute. Joe Gomez, or shall I say Trent Alexander-Gomez. Wow, what a game from him as a right back. Really good game. It's good that Klopp experimented Joe Gomez rather than Milner that he usually does. Something that I've just noticed something. We all know that Gomez is a good defender, right? But today he played as a right back, attacking wise, crossing and everything, interchange of play or, one, two passes, everything was good. But defensively, Joe Gomez was caught off a few times. He was caught out, yeah. So is it something in our system maybe that, the right backs, it is what it is, defensively do not expect much from them. But they will give you everything else, from the mid up to the front. Brilliant goal by Jota. Man, the amount of goals this guy scores from heading the ball, like it's unreal, And from Watford, they had the Hernandez fella who was also, like a shorter lad, but he wins headers. So that's a quality, guys. You don't have to be 6 feet, 6'2" and all that. Jota must be like 5'9", 5'10", but look at the amount of headers he wins, and he transforms those headers into goals. That's really amazing quality to have. And Jota overall, he had a really good game. He was looking like the Jota that we had signed last year. Bobby the Dazzler, he was unreal today, guys. Yeah, just beauty. Bobby, Thiago, the amount of sauce, the samba sauce. It was worth watch. Overall, yeah, man. The quarter's still on, guys. So things are looking good. We asked Burnley, like, over to you. Burnley, can you do something? No, they can't. It's City. I mean, nah, man. It's not like everyone can get one over City. So it's gonna be an interesting month, guys. It's gonna be full on, and looking forward to this month. It's exciting. And finally, Chelsea. Oh, these guys got thrashed at their home ground by Brentford. Big up to Ericsson and the rest of the guys, Ivan, Tony, and all of them. Amazing, brilliant result. We move.
Let's go, guys. Let's go. Big up T Kopish. Big up Matt, Drifty, and Callum as always. I'm back on with this match viewers' reaction to the Watford game 2-0 at Anfield today. In what is a start to one of the most incredible and most scary and really wow moments of my life as a Liverpool fan. I mean, you wouldn't have told me that from last year that we would be in this position. You know what I mean? Last year we were scrapping to make top four, and yes, we had injuries, but like what we did last year was incredible to make it, and we got in. We got to get into the top four to see where we are. Really, making certain moves and getting out certain players, but it's just the incredible. I couldn't ask anything better. You know what I mean? If you would have told me in January that we would be in this position as well, don't forget January was one of the hardest moments of our season. I think Brentford and Crystal Palace were really crucial into where we are, and without Salah and Mane, but players definitely stepped up. But look where we are now. Man City have dropped points, and they dropped points against Tottenham. I mean, and we were able to catch up with them, and today against Watford 2-0, and I thought the performance today wasn't great, if I'm being honest with you. But these are the certain ways that you have to pull out performances in these big situations. If you're going for a title, Man City would have gone for this as well. But they faced Burnley today, they won 2-0. But that's not all I'm caring about. I only care about the Reds and how they're getting on. And today really showed that we got through the game, and we got the 2-0 victory that we needed. And we were only top for about a few minutes, but we enjoyed it. But what can you do? The big games next week. I think Salah needs to improve his performances a wee bit because I think the AFCON aftermath from his final and the World Cup situation is kind of it's hard for him, and Mane, it's kind of difficult to see if they will get along next time. But I think they will. I think Salah will know that this run with Liverpool is the most crucial of his time. He'll want to get all those trophies for Liverpool, hopefully going down the forward. But this is a big run now for Liverpool. Bring it on. You never walk alone now, guys. You never walk alone, because I'll tell you what, we're in for the ride definitely. And it started today, and we'll start on Tuesday as well in the Champions League. And bring on the Champions League, bring on the FA Cup, bring on the Premier League. Come on, you Reds, and big up Team Kopish. You'll never walk alone.
Afternoon, Team Kopish. I know it's weird saying that afternoon, isn't it? These early kickoffs makes it nice. Feels good. So big up to Drifty, Carl, and Matt. I mean, you guys have been doing some wonderful stuff like during this international break. I mean, you gave us a 5-hour show the other night. Damn, that's putting in some time there. Much appreciated from this end. I mean, you even gave us a 45-minute segue into the slapgate that happened at the Oscars. We were doing some madness. And The Rock, not The Rock. If it was The Rock, yeah, probably be a different story if it was, So anyway, back to today's game, Watford versus Liverpool, and we win 2-0. And for me, the first half has started off as every other first half lately. I mean, from my perspective, I just find it irritating. I mean, where we start off just casual, slow. Some people may say it's methodical. Some may say, you know what, Klopp, this is tactically how Klopp has started out. Maybe it's conserving energy, or I don't know. But I'm saying from my outlook, it always feels worrying. It always feels, nervy in a sense, because we understand the importance of every game now. But yeah, we kind of just knocking the ball about a bit, and there wasn't like a bit any intensity overall from the team. I mean, Thiago and Bobby were the only two players I can say in the first half that were doing anything effective or proficient in a sense. I mean, they were the only two, tackling back, running, doing the correct passes, trying to do something that will help or ignite us to do anything. But they were the only two. Everybody else was just going about their normal business. And, lucky enough, we get the goal like 20 seconds just before they had a chance to get a goal. So it settled the nerves maybe a bit more. But again, we weren't playing above our normal level whatsoever, or up to our level whatsoever. So we're going 1-0 up. And in the second half, I'm thinking, okay, we've saved our energy. We're going to come at it a bit more. We upped it by the tiniest of levels, tiny level. It wasn't nothing to think, oh, we're going to blitz them and then chill. Nope. So, but we pinned them back a bit. They were mainly playing in their own half. And the same, we had loads of possession, but there was wayward passes. There was no passes that were doing anything. We weren't really at it. I mean, you look at it and you see we have so much possession, but we're doing nothing with it. It's like You know what? It's like if your girl's Doja Cat or Megan the Stallion, and like you introduce her to your boys, and you're like, this is my girl, and they're like, oh, that's okay. And your girl goes off to get a drink, and then you chat with your boys, and they're like, damn, Megan or Doja, god damn, look at that, so you two, what you getting up to? And you're like, nah, we didn't do anything. You're like, your boy's like, what? Yeah, you didn't do anything. The boys be like, so you got that, but you don't do anything. So it's just for show. You're like, what a waste, isn't it? What a waste. So that's how I perceived the second half. Loads of possession, but we won't do not a damn thing with it. But the Watford player, is it Kuka? I can't remember his name. Just went on a madness and decided he wanted to, I don't know, slow dance with Diogo. Like have a little dance, have a little wine with him, and then dragged him down to give us a penalty. I weren't complaining. And Fabs just knocked it. Hey, so casual, so good at penalties. Like, he knocked it in at 2-0 and we're more comfortable. And actually, after the second goal, we played a bit better. I give it Jota. Jota upped his game. He was although Jota initiated both the goals in some capacity. Well, he was involved in both goals, but he was a bit in and out. But after the second goal, he started picking up the ball from midfield, running at him, something that none of us were doing whatsoever. So we win. 2-0, game's done. And so the main point is, as everybody would say, hey, I don't care about performances. As long as we get 3 points on the board, that's all that matters. And overall, yeah, at the end of the day, if you're getting 3 points continuously, it'll win you the league. No matter how you get it. If everyone is to believe, if everybody wants this quadruple, which I'm, I would like it, but I'm, practical and realistic that, there's certain things that might happen and might not happen during that whole period. So, and as I've been a Liverpool fan for a very, very, very long time. I remember the super dark days, and so I don't tend to get my hopes up too much because, as Liverpool fans, sometimes we always go about things the hard way. It's never the easy way. So years have taught me, my heart, keep yourself level. If it happens, it happens. If it don't, we gave it a go. I'm not getting too gassed or hyped up, My heart has done that too many times, too many false dawns and everything. So I'll enjoy it for what it is. But for me, I'm finding that our decision making is becoming a bit wayward or maybe slightly selfish. I feel like sometimes when our players get into good positions and you're thinking, oh, one more, lay it off or knock it through there, and that person will have more of a better percentage of scoring. And at the end of the day, for me, that's what I want to see. I want us to score and win games so that we get the 3 points. But some of the players are like deciding to shoot or carry on running with the ball, and you're like, what are you doing? The team is the overall goal here. And maybe because they've got more competition, that's being a factor in the decision making. I better show or I better score. Otherwise, I might be out the team. But then if you're making the correct decisions so that the team wins, then me as a manager will look at that and go, yeah, that's the team player. That's the player I want on the pitch because he will make the right decisions at the right time rather than think, oh, I need to get a goal because I haven't got a goal yet, so I might miss out the game. But that's how I'm seeing certain things. And I saw that a bit today in today's game. And also, I feel Jota could be even more prolific. He gets into some great positions, and he hasn't got that. I'm waiting for that world-class mentality where, like, I think he had a chance against Watford. The ball dropped to him, and the Watford defender was coming out to slide him, and the goalkeeper was going to do it, and he went to, like, kind of dink it. And I'm thinking, if you're clever, you can see these two need to rush to get to you. So fake to shoot, drag it back onto your left, drag it from your left foot back to your right, and you'll send these two to the shops. Pick you up a little Skittles or something like that. The new Skittles, or other brands. Sorry, my bad. Other brands from the stores and stuff for you, and then you just have an open goal just to knock it in, and that's 2-0. We're done. The game progresses. We can, well, as fans, sit back and enjoy it a bit more. So I just think sometimes Jota just needs to do that. Actually, a lot of other players need to do that. Just that, that's what sometimes makes the difference between world class and a very good player. I think we could do with a bit of that as well, and it helps the team overall. Now, I'm in the what do they call it? The group where, I don't know, is it a group? But I am worried about our performances. I feel, I don't know, is it 10 games or so? Everybody's shouting about, it's 3 points on the board. The performance doesn't matter. Now, I remember Drifty saying this in one of the chats before, that, if it's 1 or 2 games, yeah, that's okay. But when it becomes just the way you just are playing now, then that is a worry. And everyone can say, but when Man U went and won this and this team went and won that, they didn't have great performances for every game, da 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 da. I'm like, yeah, that's all great, that's nice for them. But we know that, the league has upped the level. There's more challenges, there's more obstacles than ever before. So, and the team that we're going up against is not a team that where your performance level has to drop in a sense. And maybe it's coming from me as a fan that, these past games that we've won them, but it's not been a performance where you're like, you're sitting there going, yeah, we dominated, that we destroyed them, and that was it. And as much as anybody can say that, the City game is not the decider, hell yeah, it is. The City game will be the decider, no matter what anybody's trying to tell you it's not. It will be, because whoever comes out of that game, the winner, psychologically the loser is gonna be on the way down in a sense compared to the one who's on the way up, because the level of mentality and confidence it will give is different, because, and that's why I'm, again, as a fan, maybe more worried. I would like to see in the last 10 games a performance where you're like, okay, all right, we can put on that top level stuff, destroy a team at any point. But the thing is, we haven't seen that. We've been on this level of playing, and this, although it's a win, it's kind of, I don't know what it is. You always think, okay, in the second half, yeah, we're just gonna up our normal level and destroy them, and then settle and chill. But instead, we carry on the same level again. We get the win, and that's good. But it's like just up it. Just show your levels. Sometimes, sometimes you just do it to remind people, to let people know, look, this is what we can do when we want to do it, but we have not been showing that. So I'm trying to figure out, is this a tactic from Klopp that may lure Pep to maybe think differently to how he's going to set up when we play them? Maybe it's a genius idea that we just keep playing on a level, so that City think, they've definitely dropped. No, we'll turn up like this, and I'm sure we'll beat them. I don't know. That's a risk. It could be, but I'm seeing it from the perspective like, okay, lads, one of these games you're just going to show up and destroy a team just to let everybody know that that's what we do. But we haven't. And it becomes worrying when, like Drift says, if it's 1 or 2, it's all right. But when it's 10, or it's every other, like literally every game, then you're worried that maybe this is us now. And like I said in my other review, if we're playing like that and we're giving easy opportunities, and they are easy opportunities to, I would like to say, lesser opposition who can't finish their dinner against bigger opposition who can finish their dinner, we're going to get caught out. Because even Watford had 2 chances that I would say a better striker or better player or better opposition finishes that, and that changes the whole perspective of each game. But I don't want to be, negative nanny, yeah, negative. But those are the things that you have to pick out of performances. Hell, I'm sure City fans pick certain things out of performances where they've won, where it can be improved. And that's what I see that we could improve or show that we're more than capable of doing. And we know it, but we're not showing it. But those are my views. I don't want to leave on a negative. I personally thought, do you know what? I'm a football man. I enjoy football. And when you see somebody do well, they do well. And in my opinion, actually, the man of the match was Hassan Kamara for Watford, the young left-back guy. Like, he had an amazing game. I mean, he kept Salah predominantly quiet. Salah didn't do anything or couldn't twist him up or nothing because he held it down. I thought he was man of the match. It's somebody we could always look at for the future. Who knows what's going to happen? And one last thing, I would like to point out, I don't know what's going on, but I think there's something up with Salah. I definitely think after the AFCON, he's not been the same. Before the AFCON, he was tearing it up. Like, he was on smoke. Like, he hit that level where, you know, like, you're playing, and at any point, if I want to switch this up, I'll switch it up. I'll do something. And that's it. I'll win this game or do something. Or I'll do a pass. I'll do... You know, when you reach that level of just knowing your full game, that you just do it. But then after the AFCON, like, his levels drop. He feels like, I think, like they say, you know, we are all human and it affects us in some way or how. But after that, he's not been fully himself at all. The way he's striking the ball, the way he's doing certain things, it's not the same. And I hope he brings it back, especially with the City game. I would love to see him back to that level again. But, okay, as Matt would say, as he loves saying, we move. But overall, do you know what, guys? I would like to say, Team Kopish, Drifty Cow, Matt, you know what? These past 2 weeks, you know, you've kept us warm in these past 2 weeks with all this snow, random snow and stuff that's been going on with your level of work and content. And I would like to say, for me especially, I appreciate what you guys are doing. And you know what? Long may it continue. So thank you guys for this. So I've been Bo, long-time viewer, only recently reviewer. Peace out.
Hey, what's going on, Kopish? I thought I'd just do a little match reaction. Yeah, that was an odd one. I felt fine throughout that game, which, if you want to get an idea of how much of a bag of nerves I usually am, rewind to October, we are 5-0 up against Man United. Ronaldo scores that one that turns out to eventually be offside. But until the VAR came in and said, yeah, that's not a goal, I was sat there like, oh, Jesus, here we go. You know, like fully bricking it at 5-0 up. So, yeah, I don't know why, but today I thought we're not playing very well. You know, at 0-0 and 1-0, I just felt like, we'll get this done. And, I mean, like, credit to Watford too. I thought Hassan Kamara was excellent, although we'll talk about Mo in a bit. But yeah, even though they got a lot of players who seem like your kind of Pro Evo players where they haven't got the rights to someone with a real name, so they'll get like man like Clarence Seedorf and Alex Del Piano, that kind of thing. A lot of just mysterious guys, but yeah, Roy's got him playing all right, so credit to him too, I guess, grudgingly. Thiago ran the game kind of by himself in midfield because a lot of people were slagging Kurt first half. He was all right. Him and Hendo just not particularly at it. Thiago was like a one-man midfield basically for a lot of it. It got a bit better after. It got a lot better after Fab came on. We were creating actual chances and Sadio was on too. I thought. Yeah, Mo he's had quite a few of them games recently, to be honest. And I feel like for about 3 months, I've been hearing the TV commentator. I don't want to, you know, like dig out Mo too much. I love Mo, but like, he's not been in fantastic form. He's got about 2 goals that aren't penalties in the last 15 games. And yeah, I feel like every TV commentary that I've listened to for like 3 months has just been, unusually quiet from Salah today. Wonder what's up there. And it's kind of like they've not quite linked it together yet. That being said, I thought just before the break, when he came off the bench for Arsenal, and he'd had a bit of a rest / minor knock before it, He was looking sharper then. So, yeah, I was kind of hoping that would continue after the break. I wasn't sure, like, yes, they played 120 minutes v Senegal, but, well, 210 if you include the first leg. But, I mean, Egypt play in such a way that the ball's basically never in open play, it feels like, and the refs, like, if they added on as much time as they actually waste, the match would be about 4 hours long. So he doesn't do anywhere near as much sprinting for Egypt as for us. I don't know if he was tired today. He just he was back to a little bit of the kind of run down blind alleys, run into crowds of 6-7 guys. Although, I mean, Watford didn't have to do that because Kamara was dealing with him superbly well, almost on his own, or they were sort of doubling up and trebling up occasionally. But yeah, the first touch wasn't quite there from Mo. The movement wasn't particularly there. I thought Sadio did more in the way of like ghosting inside and stuff in the short time he was on. And he'll obviously have seen Fab take a much better penalty than he normally does, or definitely did, like against Senegal, unfortunately for him. And I mean, Mo's penalty in the shootout against Chelsea was fantastic, it should be said. But Fab is the better taker. And at this point in the season, I mean, we should never be kind of catering to someone's ego in terms of who's got the best chance of scoring. But especially at this point, like, Fab should be the penalty taker for me. So yeah, I just hope that there's, you know, I get the sense with Mo there might be some like mad personal Ballon d'Or psychodrama going on a lot of the time. Whether that is just the hype machine around him and not him himself, I hope it's just the hype and the gossip. Like, because if he can get out of that dip in form, we'll have a fantastic chance at the quad. To be honest, we've been doing all of this without Salah in good form, which is just stunning to me. Other than that, I thought, Alisson. Yeah, big shout out to Alisson and Gomez, obviously. Gomez, the assist was not the only cross that was like that good from him. Maybe it was the best of the lot, but then he had a couple of others that like could have been converted. So going forward, he was fine. Watford did most of their attacking through João Pedro on his side. Robbo, I thought, was annoying going forward. He couldn't get a lot right, but Sarr did nothing against him on Watford's right. So yeah, Gomez I thought was the more impressive of the fullbacks. And Alisson, without him being the best one-on-one keeper in the world, our first goal just doesn't happen. And worse than that, we go a goal down. And given the way we played, that would have actually got me worried. But yeah, anyway. So basically, Alisson and Thiago, they were the main men today for me. And, I'm also a Celtic supporter. So maybe this is why I wasn't that kind of nervous about today's match, because we've got Rangers tomorrow. We also meet them 2 more times this month. So that, along with all the Man City and Benfica games and stuff, that'll be good fun. It's gonna be an interesting month for me. So, keep up the good work, guys. Up the Reds, up the boys, up the Kopish. And, see you later.